Welcome to my latest video where we're going to discuss the role of AI in creating professional development documents like resumes, cover letters, and LinkedIn profiles. So today I'm going to go over the 5 major limitations of using AI such as ChatGPT to create professional identity documents, and then go over some hints for ways that you can improve performance. So the 5 major limitations we're going to discuss are the lack of personalization, the inability to accurately quantify achievements, the overuse of fluff and jargon, and 4, the limited understanding of context, and then 5, the risk of overselling. So according to a Resume Go study, personalized resumes receive 30% more callbacks compared to non-personalized ones. This is an issue when using AI to create your resume because AI often generates generic statements that lack the unique touch needed to stand out. So here is an example of a generic professional summary. Dedicated and compassionate undergraduate student in psychology with a strong foundation in psychological principles and a keen interest in pursuing a career in therapy. Demonstrates excellent interpersonal and communication skills with a genuine passion for helping individuals improve their mental health and well-being. Committed to continuous learning and professional development with a goal of obtaining licensure as a therapist to provide evidence-based therapeutic interventions. So this is not personalized at all. There's no specific evidence or data from that student. The only thing that's really included in here that gives you information about the applicant at all is that they're an undergraduate psych student and that they want to go into therapy. But it doesn't tell you anything about them or what they've done. Here is how I personalize this generic statement. So, dedicated undergraduate psychology student with over a year of experience mentoring neurodiverse college students through the Mosaic program at UTC. Played a key role in organizing the 3rd annual Mental Health Wellness Fair as part of Psych-Chi, the National Honor Society in Psychology, collaborating with 20-plus community partners. My experience as a peer mentor, combined with 2 years of customer service experience, are evidence of my interpersonal and communication skills, as well as my dedication to supporting and advocating for mental health. Eager to bring my skill set to company name as a, insert the role there, intern. So notice that I added quantifiable metrics. You can see them there in bold. I took out the hyped up adjectives and I tailored it by including the name of the company that the student was applying for and the role the student was applying for. So I talked about this in my resume workshop series previously, but AI can't generate specific achievements or metrics without you first providing them. So it really struggles with this inability to accurately quantify achievements when it doesn't have that information to do so. So it's crucial to input information about your past experiences, accomplishments, and to include quantifiable metrics. So to get accurate output when working with ChatGPT, you have to provide it. So to do this, write down your past job titles, companies, dates of employment, skills used, quantify the scope and impact of your work, list any achievements that you have, any stats that you have, any statistics that you can include them. If you need more information on this, see my video on quantifiable skills for more examples. So I asked ChatGPT to write me a work experience section for a hypothetical job working at Starbucks that includes quantifiable metrics. And I used a version of this sample prompt. I worked as a marketing intern at XYZ company. Can you help me create the bullet points for this role? So let's read through some of the quantifiable metrics ChatGPT gave me when I asked without providing my own metrics. So provided exceptional customer service to an average of 150 plus customers daily, achieved a customer service satisfaction score of 95%, increased daily sales by 10%, trained and mentored 5 new employees, had a 98% accuracy rate for inventory and supply orders, and led to a 20% reduction in health and safety incidents. So you could absolutely use this as a baseline and make it accurate. So you could talk with your manager or supervisor to get the correct statistics that align with your store or with your own personal performance. However, a lot of this information is not necessarily going to be tracked at an individual employee level. So they might not have data or statistics to back up that you specifically increased daily sales by 10%. or that you specifically led to a 20% reduction, and they might not even have that for the store. And that's where data like this might be a little bit of a red flag for a recruiter or hiring manager, because it's not common to see these accurately included in resumes, because it's commonly not something that is reported or maintained for individual employees at a place such as Starbucks. So a better prompt will include a list of quantifiable metrics and accomplishments. So I worked as a marketing intern at XYZ company, and then insert your quantifiable metrics and accomplishments that you come up with yourself. And then ask, can you help me create bullet points for this role? So I provided ChatGPT with some stats, and this is what it gave me. So I worked as a barista at Starbucks. I trained 2 coworkers. Our store averaged 500 customers a day and was recognized as store of the quarter. Can you help me create bullet points for this role? So by inputting those quantifiable metrics and achievements, you're going to help ChatGPT to give you a more accurate list of bullet points that's going to be more ethical and honest. So the next issue is that ChatGPT overuses fluff and jargon. So it uses these unnecessary words that ultimately have no meaning. For example, saying showcasing an ability to seamlessly transition. That's overly complex, and it doesn't actually communicate anything and or give any value. So Sam Strawn, a recruiter on LinkedIn, definitely recommend that you follow him, advises against using this AI-generated fluff. So instead, follow his formula for a LinkedIn headline, for example, years of experience, roles or responsibilities, organization size and scope, and a metric related to your field. So if we go back to that Starbucks example, this is how it could read. 2 years in customer service, serving 250 plus customers daily at an award-winning store. So our fourth point is that AI lacks a nuanced understanding of context that a human possesses. It can't fully grasp the specific requirements or cultural nuances of different job markets and industries, particularly if it isn't given that information. So this means that AI might not tailor content appropriately for different fields or for different job roles. So you can help ChatGPT tailor your documents better by inputting the job ad and information about the company that you're applying to. However, know that even if you do that, there could be some additional content-specific information that it's missing. So use caution and always ask for a second pair of eyes from someone who's familiar from the field. The last limitation of using AI is that if you don't input your quantifiable metrics, AI will oversell your qualifications and include inaccurate information. For undergraduate students without a lot of experience, statements such as boosted sales by 10% through upselling are exaggerated and can be red flags for recruiters and hiring managers. So let's look at this professional summary again. Saying that you have a strong foundation in psychological principles when you're an undergraduate student or a bachelor's degree holder is overselling it. So generally, taking out the adjectives and adding in accurate quantifiable metrics as evidence will dramatically improve your professional documents. So you could say undergraduate psychology student with a foundation in psychological principles, and that would be accurate without overselling it. However, just saying undergraduate psychology student with over a year of experience and then going into the data and the evidence, that's an even stronger professional summary and a better way of communicating your expertise. So in summary, don't rely on ChatGPT to generate quantifiable metrics. You want to first create and provide the metrics to ensure accuracy. Second, always review and refine AI-generated content, ideally with a proofreader that's knowledgeable about the field you're applying to. And finally, follow informed recruiters on LinkedIn who will give you tips on how to make yourself more marketable. So thank you so much for joining me today. Remember, AI should complement your efforts, not replace them. So use it wisely and you'll maximize your impact when applying for future jobs. And as always, let me know if you have any questions in the comments.